Hello. I am just waiting for Nettie to collect her dog. My dog's come over to say hello because I said dog. But before we start our live conversation, hello, I just wanted to say I have very badly hurt my arm. So if you see me waving it around and it's all red and disgusting, then that's why. So don't worry, it's got antiseptic cream on it and it's fine. It just looks gross. So apologies for that. Yeah, so I'm just waiting for Nettie, who I'm going to be talking to today, about her work and how she's been making work in lockdown and how her drawings are going. We're both drawers, so I thought it'd be nice to start with someone who draws too. Thank you. Yes, it did really hurt. So no, that was fun. I fell over running, but tripped on a tree root. But my dog came running back and sat with me, which was very nice to at least discover that my dog is loyal. So that was nice. But yeah, so Nettie and I are going to be chatting about our work and making drawings in lockdown and working from home, which we're both doing. We don't usually do. Yeah, and just like not having any inspiration, not being able to go to galleries, not being able to go to museums, not being able to see your favourite work, and like how everyone's sort of dealing with this, because it's something that I wanted to talk to friends about, and I thought, why not just do it live so they actually stick to the topic and don't just talk complete rubbish. So that would be nice. If I can stay focused and talk about art, and then if people have questions as well, then we can answer some questions probably like near the end or as we go. We'll see how it goes. I've not done this, my first live interview, so hopefully, hi Claire, hopefully it will go well. Yeah, but yes, I've got a Bramble in here with me, so if you hear any very loud noises, that's just her chewing on a bone. Yes, which she's doing right now. She just likes to distract me as best as she can. Oh yeah, we are safe over here. We're very safe for now, but very, very locked down, which is supposed to change today. We're allowed out of the house more than like once or twice now. We're allowed out as much as we like. But yeah, I'm just waiting for Nettie's... I can't get married, I'm already married. Waiting for Nettie's request, because we haven't done a live like this before, so you'll have to bear with us. We're just figuring it out. Oh, you've got your dog with you too, that's good. I think Nettie's going to have her dog with her as well, so everyone who has a dog should have their dog with them. Just hang out, you know. My dog likes to pester me as much as possible. She'll sleep and then she'll decide it's time for us to leave. So, is drawing like meditation? Sometimes. I mean, if you do it every day, it really depends on how you're feeling that day. Some days it's like just pure joy, and other days it's just like any job and you're having a tough one. So yeah, just because you do what you love doesn't mean that it's wonderful every single day. I think that's fair enough, like honest thing on that one. Yeah, so we're just chilling, just waiting for Nettie. She's a bit busy collecting her dog. Oh, my sister is jealous that she has no dogs. I would post her a dog, but I don't think she can have one in her house. So, and I probably miss them too much, despite their terrible behaviour. Bramble, come here, come say hi. Come here, come here. Oh, bring the bone, wonderful. Oof. Yeah, she brought the bone too, so that's great. Say hi. Say hi. Were you good today? Yes, you were very good. Go on then. How you bone? So yeah, in a moment we'll start talking about our work, and I've got some questions for Nettie about how she's getting on. Yeah, how she's making work, because I was feeling a bit up and down. We're having really good days and having really bad days making work at the moment, and on Instagram we just see all the good stuff. We just see people just sitting in their gardens, hanging out with their dogs, having a great time, and then we see, you know, the work they're making. You don't see whether it's difficult, whether it's fun, like how people are dealing with it. And I'm lucky, I've got work that I need to do for when this is over. I'm having a show. So I'm curious about people who don't have like any commissions or any shows coming up right now, who are in lockdown, and whether they're still making work. Have I ever done any digital art? No, afraid not. I like the feeling of pen on paper too much. Yes. Wow, how are we doing for time? It's 5 past, so she should be with us very soon, I think. I just have to keep an eye on the comments. Because I've not done it this way around before. I've only ever requested to join a video. How much time during the day do you spend on drawing? Normally it's a lot more regimented than it is at the moment. At the moment, all my deadlines have been pushed so far back that some days I'm feeling very, very motivated, and other days I'm not feeling so motivated, just because the deadlines seem so far away. Yeah, maybe I need to take on some extra projects, actually get myself moving a bit better. What's your next creative goal? At the moment I'm working towards my show, which is so far has been moved to September. So I'm hoping that doesn't move again, or at least that we can probably have it in September. Even if that means we can't have a private view, or, you know, if things are a little different, hopefully it can still go ahead. I've done a lot of work, really want to get it on the walls. Well, it's not all done yet. How long do all of your drawings take? Tricky. I mean, these ones I'm working on at the minute, these sort of rectangular ones behind me, they've taken about a month each. But this one I probably think is going to take a bit longer, just because a lot happened when I was making it. Moved house, had a birthday, just lots of things going on. So yeah. Do you work in colour or stick mainly to black and white? Mainly black and white. I don't mind working in colour, it just doesn't excite me as much, and I try it every so often because I don't think you should never say never to anything, but like I don't enjoy it so much. I like a hard black line. I like carving into the paper. It's a good feeling, feels productive. Someone just says London. Oh, here we go, here's Nettie. Waiting for Nettie. See how this works. This is scary.
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm still waiting for Simon to come back, but I just thought I'd come on because it's a bit ridiculous now. So I might go and answer the door in a second.
That's okay. I love that your dog will come to the door. Thank you. I love that your dog will come to the door and you'll answer the door to the dog.
Hello, Simon. Yes, please do come in.
Enter. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah. Quite enjoying lockdown.
You are?
I don't know if you're allowed to say that.
How are you enjoying lockdown? What's good?
I feel like I've aged about 30 years, and this is probably what life's going to be like when I'm retired. I'm kind of into it.
Yeah. I don't mind. I just miss, I think the only thing that's really changed is not that much, but just the odd day off. It's like that 1 or 2 days off a week when you do something else. That's what's gone, which is not as bad as it is for some people, but after a while you start to think, I haven't gone anywhere in a really long time. You need a break
from your routine, otherwise you're like, go a bit mad.
Yeah, which means I think I'm not working as hard, which is why I wanted to do these talks.
What's it like? Am I the first?
Yes.
I've never done a live video or anything before, so this is all very terrifying.
Well, I thought it would be easier if we did one first, because we've known each other quite a long time.
Yeah.
So it could just be like a normal chat.
Yeah.
Where we don't deviate too much. See how it goes.
What happens if you get a phone call? Like, what happens if my mum calls me?
Just put it on silent. I just put it on silent. I don't know what happens.
But does it come up? Well, whatever. Cross that bridge when So what do you do for your birthday?
Be fine. Sorry, what did you do for my birthday?
For your birthday, yeah.
Phone died, so it was very, very quiet. Having I was meant to be away with friends, so it turned into like a very quiet lockdown birthday, which is not what I'd planned. And it was my 30th, so that was a bit weird, but it was kind of nice because I'd had lots of posts.
Definitely memorable, though.
Yeah, very memorable. I had lots of cards and presents because people can't just buy you a drink, so they had to actually send me a present or a card.
There's going to be a revival of post.
Yeah. No, so I really liked that, and I just had a really relaxing day. I made a load of cupcakes.
Obviously.
Watched TV.
Always baking. Yeah. Somebody just asked how we met. Oh, can I have some?
So yes, Nettie, how did we meet?
We met on our MA drawing course, where we didn't do much drawing.
No. We looked at shadows on the floor and talked about how it could be a drawing.
Yeah. Not out of choice, not because we were rebels.
I don't know about you, but I got marked down in the end because my work was on paper.
How do you know that?
It was the examiner said there's too many works on paper, and he marked down the people who were the least original, which I'm guessing were
Me.
people who did
Me as well,
paper on the drawing course.
That seems entirely unfair.
Yes.
Well, okay. Well, that's. Well, I mean, yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, you're not allowed to swear on this, are you?
No, you're in the UK. I guess you can.
Yeah. I mean, our drawing teacher didn't really want to do much drawing anyway. He was much more into theatre, as he called it.
Yeah, he didn't want to be there, and then he wasn't.
Yeah.
He disappeared for about 6 months. So that was great.
I wonder what he's doing now.
I think he's teaching theatre now.
I would hope so.
Yeah, I hope he got what he wanted. But the course doesn't even exist now. The course we did.
Someone's just asked me what I'm drinking. It's water, not vodka.
What are you drinking? Yeah.
I actually haven't drunk since January.
You haven't? Have you been on some sort of health thing, or is it just coincidence?
I mean, I've not drunk. I've had about, the most I've had is 3 glasses of wine, I think.
That's all right.
Retired.
I'm not going to say I'm drunk. I just turned 30. So,
I got. Where is Simon? I'm starting to get a little bit worried. He's been out for 2.5 hours now.
That's a long time to have a walk. It's a nice walk.
I know.
He's going to be exhausted when he gets in.
Hmm.
My dog had about a 3-minute run, and then we went home.
Yeah. Have
So
you explained?
Yes, I fell over. I hurt myself. But we're fine. And she was very good, so that was nice.
That's cute.
You know, you see those things on the internet when people pretend to fall over and their dogs run away. Mine came back.
Someone kicked my dog on the heath.
Really?
Yeah,
What happened?
last week. Because he's still a puppy, he just went up to these dogs on a lead and was like, "Hello," and the guy was like, "Get out of here," and kicked him twice, and he came over and like sat on my feet.
Oh, that's horrible.
I know.
You can get done for that. That's like animal abuse. Someone over the road from me where I used to live got done for that.
You know a dog kicker?
I do. Well, I don't actually know the dog kicker. I know the kicky.
Right. But then how do I report just like a random guy on the heath?
Yeah, I don't know. You'd have to probably know who they are or something.
Yeah.
Anyway,
deviating.
Do you usually work from home, Nettie?
Before I got my studio in Waterloo, I worked at home for 2 years. My studio was my flat, which you've been to.
Yeah.
So I'm not really. It's not really a huge change for me. It's not a massive adjustment. And also,
so it's just going to you're working before.
Yeah. Although I don't have as much space, obviously. But I don't need a whole lot of space, luckily. Well, it's quite convenient.
That's where I'm at right now. Less space, but it's okay at the moment because I'm not doing anything that big. So
yeah,
we'll see.
You just moved house.
I did. And we've ended up still having our own studios, which we hadn't really planned. It just sort of still happened. So that was really nice.
That is really nice.
Lot less space. So hopefully in the future, back to studio. You're still keeping yours, aren't you? Yeah.
I mean, I only just moved into it, which is quite like a year ago. So it'd be really annoying. And also the stairs up to the studio are so steep, and moving all my stuff in was so traumatic. I just can't go through that again. But
yeah,
I don't know how I'm going to get there.
What with lockdown? I think from today you're allowed to travel to work as long as you're.
But not on the tube, right? I didn't actually watch the
They,
news yesterday.
yeah, they'd rather you didn't use the tube. So yeah,
Well, Highgate to Waterloo.
it's quite a way. Yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe it's going to be from home for a bit longer.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah.
Or I have to get a bike, but there's a huge hill up to my house, so I can't really imagine cycling up Highgate Hill unless I get a power assisted one. They're like £5.
That'll be quite fun. I always like the look of those. Yeah, the hills there are actually quite hilly in London. I got rid of my bike when I moved to Blackheath ages ago because it was there's like one more hill than where I'd lived previously, and I was like,
No.
Yeah, this is much. Like, working from home has been fine then.
Yeah.
In terms of feeling normal, but what has it been like for motivation?
Fine, actually. I've done quite a lot of work since it all started. When did it start? Like late March, mid-March,
yeah,
something like that. So I did some social distancing drawings.
Yeah, I saw those.
Yeah. So I did like 3 A1, so quite big ones. Ones of those, and then a few sort of sketches of solitary figures doing stuff that people seem to be doing a lot of at the moment, like yoga or sitting in a park.
Yeah, I like that. I like the idea of being able to make some work that's kind of in response to what's going on.
Yeah.
Even if it's just to look back on it later.
Yeah. And I've been using all available models, obviously.
Obviously.
So I've drawn Alex like 5 times. Simon.
Yeah.
I've done a portrait of Simon.
I had to draw myself, which I hadn't planned on doing.
Oh my god,
I was going to
myself right now. Do you want to see?
Yeah. Yeah, I want to see. Yeah, I just saw that on Instagram and I thought I recognized the glasses in the eyes. That's really cool.
I've never drawn myself.
I've done that pose before with the pen. I've done that pose before with the pen.
Yeah. I just didn't want to do like a regular portrait.
Yeah. Are you doing it from a photograph?
Yes, always.
I think it's easier when it's you anyway. You kind of know your face.
I don't know. I'd much rather draw someone else.
I meant easier to draw from a photograph when it's you, because you know, you can just look in the mirror if you need to. You know, I had to do a whole load of friends from photographs, and that was quite hard because it would look like the photograph and not like the friend, because it's just that's just a kind of their face in a moment. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I had to draw my friend who was pregnant and not wearing any makeup. And it looked like the photograph of her, but it didn't look like her as I've ever seen her, you know?
Yeah, I can imagine that's a difficult thing with portraiture, actually. I never thought about that. It has to be from life, doesn't it? Really?
I think it helps.
Someone's essence.
Yeah. Yeah. Either that or don't see them as portraits, see them as nice drawings of people. Yeah. And move on.
Well, we'll see how this one turns out. I don't think the picture actually looks anything like me. I have a towel around my head. And then
that's always a great place to start. It doesn't look like me anyway. I don't know if that's freeing or really unhelpful. So I was going to ask you what you've been working on, but you're working on a portrait.
Yes.
So have you got things that you're supposed to be doing at the moment in terms of like things that are going to happen after lockdown, or like things that have come in during lockdown, or are you just completely self-steam right now?
I'm doing one show with the Soho Review Gallery, but it's to do with lockdown, so it came about just at the beginning of lockdown. So I'm putting in one of those big social distancing drawings to that's going to be in a few locations in Soho on Brewer Street, I think nearly the whole street, which is good. Quite
great.
And then the Unit Gallery are doing a Works on Paper show, and they've asked me to put something in, but I'm not sure what I'm going to put in just yet. And that's for the NHS Frontline, one of the charities, Smart or something. I think it might be Smart. I'm not sure exactly which one it is. So those are the two things that I have planned. But I was involved in a show that just opened and then obviously instantly had to be closed at Jealous Gallery. So no idea what's happening with that.
Yeah.
I've got obviously zero commissions because buying art, I suppose, is a luxury, and it's the last thing on people's minds with all this uncertainty. So
yeah. Yeah, I don't know whether we'll all get so used to it that people will start feeling more normal and calm again and start buying work, or whether it's going to have a really long-lasting effect. I think it's going to hit quite hard.
I know,
which is scary.
That's scary. That's scary.
Yeah, we're both making our living from it, but we're not like the Hearsts of this world where it's like it's a big investment piece anyway, so it has its own weight, like monetary. We're somewhere in that middle ground, which is a little bit scary, I think. We can't suddenly just start selling them off for £50 each, because we undermine all the work we've done to build a market, and our relationships with galleries are based on those prices. So you can't mess that around. But you're not worth so much money that you're just an investment someone puts in the cupboard for a rainy day either. So it's quite a strange place to be in, I think.
Yeah, it's terrifying. But on the other hand, it is quite freeing not having to do stuff for a purpose or for other people, you know, just being able to draw what you feel like drawing without any consequences or anything.
Yeah.
That's nice. I haven't had that since school. Where the hell's the dog?
He's just outside. Mother.
Ah, there he is. Back in a second.
Okay. Finally. My dog is asleep. She's given up on getting any attention. She's also asleep with her back to me, which I think is a little offensive. It's fine. We'll make it up later. I'm going to have some cupcake while we wait for Nettie to come back. Thank you for all the comments. I've been kind of trying to read them at the same time as talking, which is a little bit tricky. But if we haven't answered anything at the end, then you can always ask it again. Oh, all the dogs are napping, which is great. Mine's just woken up and given me a hard stare. Nettie's dog was on a walk with the dog walker, and now he's back. Becca, I will send you that cupcake recipe. It's very good. They're red velvet with cream cheese frosting and something that is called unicorn confetti on top, which is very fun. I don't know if you can see. It's great. I made loads and there's only 6 left, which is really worrying. I think I had 3 yesterday. Well, I went for a run and then fell over and did that. So that's not good. So I just can't burn the cupcakes off now. What do you do?
He got really sick.
Hey! He looks tired.
Sit down. He gets really car sick, apparently, and was dribbling all down his front.
Oh,
Weren't you?
Our dog Klaus, he can only do 10 minutes in a car. Oh, bless him. He's really upset.
Anyway, okay. I don't have to worry subconsciously about how the dog is.
He's all good. No, that's stressful. Okay, so I was going to ask you, I've asked you what you've been working on, so I was going to ask you how you produce a work from the idea to the finished article. Just because I think we both get a lot of questions about sketching things out and how long things take and all that kind of stuff. So I was just wondering, like, when something occurs to you, what sort of, do you sit with it for a bit, or do you do it right away, or do you sketch it out and think about it? Like, what's your process?
I kind of have to do it right away. So because I don't do portraiture, I don't need to capture the essence so I work from photographs. I find it much easier to have like the image right next to the sketch, and so I can, like, my eye can go really quickly between the two. You know, because I feel like sometimes when your eye travels from one place to another, you forget what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I work from photographs. I sketch out a vague outline with a 2H or an H, very light one, and then just start from there. And then people always ask me how long it takes to do a drawing, and I've no idea.
I think if you knew, you'd never start, because I honestly think when I start things, it's going to take me like a day or two, and it's like willful amnesia. You have to believe it's going to take that long, otherwise why would you sit down and do like a 9-month drawing if you knew it was going to be a 9-month drawing? You probably wouldn't.
It's like giving birth, isn't it? Why would you do it again? Don't you forget? Like you forget the
just goes, that's fine.
It's just like giving birth.
Yeah. They're very similar.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's any other thing. I feel like it's quite a simple process. I like that though. I like when you are literally just looking at what is there and putting it down. Sometimes there's nothing more satisfying than that. Yeah. It's like it's just that's the image. The photograph is the answer in like a maths. And all you're doing is trying to get it right, and that's just a truth that you have to look at. And there's no like, oh, maybe it was the light that day, or maybe it was, I was a bit tired. Like, that's the truth. That photo, either it looks like it or it doesn't, you know? I quite like that. I like that when you're coming from art as well. I like how you've made it maths, make it sound really clever.
No, I do. I'm terrible at maths. Really, really.
Same.
Yeah, all my friends were really good at it, so I got put in a very high set, which I found very stressful.
Does it work like that? I think you must have been secretly good at it.
I know. All my reports were like, Olivia doesn't say anything. I was like, Olivia's got no idea what's going on.
Olivia hopes for the best.
Yeah, Olivia's just wearing the steps soon. Yeah. What were we talking about?
Process, working from photos. Yeah.
I like it.
Very satisfying.
It is. I like it when I've decided, because I'll like build up an image, like these particularly that built up from lots of different things. But when I have something very specific, like last night I found a photo of a hedgehog and I just drew it in. There's nothing more satisfying than just being like, there it is.
I saw that. That was so cute. Do you find like photographs of stuff and then sort of piece them together? Or is it, how much is from your imagination and how much is from the outside world?
It's a bit of everything, because I've got photographs of mine and then I've got photographs I find online. Then I never, like, unless it's like something quite small like that little hedgehog last night, which I would just copy. If it's something bigger, it never is exactly what the picture looked like, because I get bored quite quickly. So I'm putting in a deer, but he's in a bed and I couldn't find any pictures of a bed, so I'm just like messing it around.
What, like snuggled up with the teddy?
Yeah, he's sort of curled up on some fabric, because I'm trying to do a drawing about touch. You see him? Just there.
Vaguely.
Yeah, but and it was always going to be the hardest one, because the other ones have all much more closely linked to the paintings. But this one, the painting was just a naked woman in a room full of suits of armor, and I was like, no.
As you do.
Yeah,
that's why I like to recline in my room full of armor down hall.
When I think about touch, suits of armor is what comes straight to mind.
Talking about processes, I wonder where the idea for drawing a reclining naked lady in a room of armor came from.
I don't know. I mean, these paintings I'm referencing are collaborative. They were done by Rubens and Bruegel, and Rubens would do the figures and Bruegel would do all the little details. So I guess the armor might have been Bruegel's idea. Maybe he just wanted to show off how he can paint armor for another work or something. It may have had like very little actually to do with touch. We don't know, I suppose. But yeah.
Showing off. Let's go with that. Who's just showing off? I'm just going to paint loads of things I can paint really well and put them all together.
Yeah. Well, actually, I've kind of turned it on its head, and in this drawing, I'm sort of referencing these paintings in the Prado by Bassano, which always have the same animals in, because he just seems to like to draw a rabbit a certain way and a cat a certain way, and all his pictures, even if they're not his famous Noah's Ark one, they have lots of animals in. So I'm putting lots of animals in the same kind of way as they are in his Noah's Ark picture, which is my little, like, no one will get it, but it's my little mental nod to putting in things you know you're good at.
I like your new one, the one that's you.
Thank you.
Like you're a nymph, Mother Nature, sort of ethereal queen.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going for when I posed on the floor wearing a bedsheet.
And my top.
And your top, which is now been turned into a dress.
Which is now a dress. I quite like it as a dress. It should have been a dress.
They didn't think of it. I think it's a bit too see-through to be a dress.
Yes, but it could have an underslip thing.
That's true. We wandered again.
Anyway.
Oh, okay. So I asked you if you had more time for personal projects, and you do.
Yes.
You work a lot faster than me in general, don't you? You get things.
I suppose so, but then again, you do gigantic drawings and I don't so much.
Yeah, I think if we actually sat side by side and drew the same thing, it would probably take the same amount of time.
And also yours are really dense. And I've
yours are
a lot of, but I have a lot of white space.
Oh, right, okay.
You know.
The drawing is dense, the space is white.
Yeah.
I'm with you now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I was going to ask you what else you have planned for like after lockdown in terms of shows and things, but I think you might be in the same boat as me where it's like,
we'll just see if there's 2 shows at the moment. I mean, I was supposed to get married, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Hello, Simon. But yeah, obviously that's not happening anymore.
Well, I might be able to make it now. I was supposed to be in Rome when you got married. It's a tiny plus
come
point.
to my non-wedding. I was trying to think. Oh, what else? There was. I mean, I feel like I had a few irons in the fire, but has someone written shit up?
I don't know what that means. I read that and I was like, okay.
I'm guessing it means shut up. Charming. Yeah, a lot of irons in the fire, but I kind of completely forgotten about all of that because it all sort of seemed irrelevant. Any plans for the future?
Yeah, I feel like week on week I realise more and more things that aren't going to happen now.
Yeah, just like right off the whole.
Oh, yeah. It's interesting. I quite like it when it starts to escalate again and we start with things actually happening. That'd be quite nice.
Yeah, going on holiday. What are you doing after lockdown? Have you got any show plans or anything?
So the show I was supposed to have in a couple of days' time, that is now happening. I think we're hoping September. We'll see. I think it would have to be. I think obviously with all the lockdown measures and things, we're probably not going to have a private view, perhaps.
No.
And maybe it would be like 1 in, 1 out or something. But I really need to have that show really because I'm working on. I mean, I've known about it for a year and I've been working on it since then. And the work is gearing up to that, and I don't want to just be sitting on that work for like another year or something. So
yeah, because that must be really difficult. Like when you come to talk about it and stuff, when you finished it a year ago and you've sort of put it to bed and moved on and got closure on it, you know, and then have to sort of go back to mentally to where you were to talk about it again.
Yeah, and that does happen sometimes when big pieces come out again, and you're like, oh. I did this a long time ago.
Yeah.
So
it's like, I actually know what I was thinking then.
Yeah, well, I have to talk about a piece I did in Guernsey, or of Guernsey, which was like, it was a huge island covered in Guernsey landmarks. And although I could still connect a lot with talking about that drawing, I couldn't remember where any of the things were on Guernsey. Yeah. I'm like, these are all famous places. Yeah. I'm sure I don't. I did at the time, rest assured.
Oh, we've had a correction here. He meant shut up.
Oh, okay. Great.
Thanks.
He's aware watching is optional, right?
Yeah.
His phone's like locked, you can't get rid of us.
It's like torture.
Yeah, so sorry. Oh dear. So after this is all over, what's the first like museum or gallery you're going to go to and go visit?
Do you know CJ Hendry? She's an amazing artist from Australia, and she was supposed to have a show in a disused church in East London, but obviously got completely cancelled. It was in April, so I'd like to go and see that if it happens later in the year. Yeah, because I was really looking forward to that. And there's another.
There was quite a lot. It was gearing up again. I think it always picks up like April, March, like all the shows and stuff. So I think it was kind of picking up, and loads of people had solo shows and stuff coming up.
Yeah.
And they've all been cancelled.
Yeah. online
I wonder if it's
shows,
just
I guess.
when it's back.
What was that?
You.
I can't even remember now.
I was just saying, I think it's mad when it all comes back, because everything will come back at the same time, and there'll be shows on everywhere.
Yeah, that's actually going to be a bit mental. Exciting. There's a prize called the Sequestered prize. That's a self-portrait prize, and you can only enter in one piece. You know how lots of prizes you can enter in in a few. This one you can only enter in one portrait, and they only take 15 people to do a show of and it has to be created during lockdown. So I'm quite excited to see that. There's some incredible judges.
Cool. There's so many people doing self-portraits as well right now, because there's not a lot else to look at. So
it's like the most obvious thing to do.
Yeah.
I mean, we're both doing them, so.
Yeah. Whether it's by choice or not, it's just happening.
Yeah. Did you start that piece during lockdown?
Did I start it? Yeah, I did, because I finished the last one. Yeah, I finished that one during lockdown. I started and ended right when lockdown began. So this one has just been entirely, because I hadn't really thought about what I was going to do about touch. Like the entire time doing the rest of the series on the senses, I knew what I was going to do for each one and who I was going to put in it and what was going to happen. And this one was like, maybe I'll just do 4 senses. I don't know. I can't think what to do for this one. And then when I realised I had all this extra time, I was like, well, okay, we're just going to start it and see how it goes.
It looks great.
But yeah, it's weird doing
see what it looks like.
Touch people or see people or...
What?
Fun? Fun? You go again.
Yeah, I said I can't wait to see what it looks like, what it's going to look like when it's finished.
Thank you. I've got no idea, I'd tell you. You don't know where I'm going with it. At the moment, it's fabric and animals and tactile objects.
And you?
What would those be? And me, yeah. I'm very tactile. Obviously.
With horns.
With horns, yes. Everyone has horns. People keep asking me about the horns.
So you've done yourself, Brian, and your friend.
Yeah, so Brian is taste because he loves to cook. And I know he should probably be sound because he's a bassist and a musician. But I wanted to start with taste. And he loves to cook, so I'll put him in that one. And then I've got my friend Becca as scent because she loves plants.
I thought you were going to say she smells nice or something.
Yeah, she smells amazing, obviously. Then my friend Steph is sight. We met at art college, so she's another artist. Sight makes sense. And then our friend Denny, who plays drums for Brian's band, is sound.
Wow.
All makes sense. But everyone's got their own little personal touches. So for Steph's one in sight, she's got the background is where she got engaged.
Oh.
And Brian's one's like the background's a holiday we went to. And then Becca likes animals with hands, so she's got a little chipmunk in hers. And Denny, I put a background from where he grew up as well. So yeah, like add those little things in when
personal. You can. They would actually look super cool as a tapestry.
The drawings.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of see drawing as a little bit like tapestry, particularly if you're working in something quite permanent. You're putting down these marks that you're hoping not to have to take back again. It sort of has that feeling a little bit like you're kind of weaving together an image.
Yeah, true.
Just something I thought. So have you got a favourite artwork that's in like a permanent collection or something that you are going to go see when this is over? Like at the National Gallery or the Tate Britain or something that might be like locked down right now that you want to go see?
I really like that. Okay, if we're going to go a bit further than England, I really like that Magritte painting that's daytime and nighttime at the same time. I can't remember what it's called, in the Peggy Guggenheim Museum. So I'd like to go and see that in Venice. Yeah. Because the last time I saw that was when I was like 12 years old. But
that's
then
funny.
I want to preserve that memory as well. you know?
Yeah, yeah. Now I've got paintings I saw when I was really young, and you kind of have a funny view about them, I think. It's like when you it's almost like when you a lot of people become obsessed with the Impressionists when they're a teenager, and then you go really like anti it. And I've just been looking at a few sort of Monet paintings and Van Gogh paintings recently, going, these are actually really good. I don't know why I got really snobby about it when I went to art school.
It's like when you're growing up and you like R&B or something, and then you suddenly decide that that's the most uncool thing ever.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It's weird. And then it comes back
just like
again.
R&B.
Just like R&B painting.
Impressionism, R&B. What are you going to go and see?
What will I go see? Well, if we're traveling, I'd like to go back to the Prado, because all this work is about the Prado, and their collection. So, and it's sort of, it's reflecting 5 years on from a residency I did there, where I spent 2 months just drawing paintings in the Prado Museum in Madrid. So I'd like to go back.
Amazing. I've never done a residency like that. I want to.
It's transformative, I think. You don't even realise how much and that's why I wanted to do this show, because I sort of, it's influenced me like sort of every working day ever since, in ways that I don't even think about that much. Like I came back and I did an archipelago drawing of all these islands, a huge drawing. And I based the way that I drew the water, and I based the entire perspective on a Kranich painting in the Prado. Like just these little things that people don't even notice, but you're actually just completely filtering it through what you've been studying.
Yeah.
And it sounds so archaic to sort of sit and draw other people's artworks for 2 months, but it was great.
No,
I'd love
to do that. There was a course like that in the drawing school, wasn't there? At the National Gallery.
Yeah, drawing in the National Gallery. Yeah. Which was never long enough for me. Just like one day with one painting.
Well, we used to do that. I think we did one day.
We did. I've taken many people to come draw with me at the National Gallery.
And in fact, we should do that when this is over. I'd quite like to do that.
That would be nice. Again. That would be nice. Yeah. In one of the rooms where there's a guard, though. Otherwise, you just get harassed by people taking pictures of you without asking. And
if we can find some chairs.
Yes. I have one. That's how cool I am. Oh. I bring my own chair. Great.
Great.
Sorted.
Have you had many commissions or requests or anything while you've been locked down?
Yeah, a few things come up. I've actually got a Zoom call later today about a possible project, which will be interesting.
I've not Zoomed before either. I'm a Zoom virgin. Alive.
Oh really? I only once. A very long family quiz. That was my one and only Zoom experience. So I've got a possible project, which I think it would be, if I wanted to do it, it would be quite good, because I've really sort of just mellowed and chilled with all this work, and it would make me panic a bit more if I had 2 things going on at once.
Yeah.
Or actually really have to keep working.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll be a good move, but we'll see. Got to discuss it more. But yeah, not really. I don't do a lot of commissions anyway. I think I normally do like 1 every 2 years or something. So it's not too odd not to have one, I think.
Yeah.
We'll see. Wouldn't mind one. It gives you a bit of focus, but it depends what it is. It's like draw Spider-Man, I'm out.
I think I had to. What's the strangest commission you've ever had?
What, actually done or just had in?
Either.
The weirdest one I had in was, I get lots of like, people have had a dream and they want you to draw it.
Oh my god.
So that's good. Yeah, it'd be like, I was in a room and then this happened, and then in came an elephant and it had 7 eyes, and you'll be like, okay, cool. And then at the end just says, can you draw it?
That's already giving me anxiety.
It's like, often there's no punctuation, it's like a long stream of consciousness.
Yeah, like I can only imagine that as like a comic book strip. Yeah.
Yeah. And I had one that was like someone's like very, very, very detailed description of a spaceman. He's like, he's looking away, his visor is open, it's dark in the background. Before even asking, are you taking commissions?
He's hungry. He's thinking about his mother.
So things like that. I get a lot of ones, people wanting you to draw skylines, a lot of skylines.
Oh.
like any skyline, I've probably been, New York particularly, I get a lot. I don't want, it's so many windows.
Mm.
So many windows.
Yeah, too many windows, sorry.
No.
Yeah, I think some of the weirdest ones I've had is a Lego Batman, but instead of a black cape, to have his cape as the Australian flag.
I know the person who commissioned you that.
My landlord. Yeah. Oh, no, wait, it wasn't my landlord. No, that was a different one. No, it was. And then another one was like the back of 3 actresses from old movies, which, as you can imagine, would be super difficult because of the quality of the
quality
film.
of the images.
And then the one in the middle was supposed to be the same actress but in 2 different movies. So like,
oh, right,
the back of her head from one movie and another movie, but in one head.
Right.
Yes, that was really stressful.
Yeah, that sounds stressful.
That's very stressful.
How do you do it with commissions as well? Because do people usually they have to pay up front with those kinds of things, or do you wait until they've seen it? Or because I always feel that's a bit risky, isn't it? Like if you do it and then they don't like it.
Yeah, I used to. Luckily, no one's not liked it yet. Touch wood. But I used to be like, oh, I'll just do it and then you can pay me, and then I would spend my life chasing people, and it's just not a very nice feeling, chasing people for money.
Yeah. So
now I do upfront, or if I really trust them, then 50% upfront,
yeah,
50% after.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's you'd spend your life just trying to get people to pay for the work that you've done.
Yeah.
And you don't even want, they think, oh, it's fine, you know, you've got another drawing you can sell. And you're like, I can't sell this. You're just left it.
Yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare. I hate sending emails. I hate chasing people or like harassing people or being like, hello, did you get my email that I sent on the 19th of May? This is
sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the worst.
Not built for it.
Yeah, so I'm quite glad that we don't have to do any chasing.
Yeah, right now.
I mean, no income, no chasing for income. So,
pluses and minuses.
What else can you touch on?
I was going to ask you, where are you going to? What's your first holiday when this is over?
Well, it was going to be my honeymoon.
I'm so sorry.
No, I had 2 of my best friends were getting married this year, and then obviously the old honeymoon. But I don't know. I mean, all of the best friends were getting married abroad, so we'd kind of made those into holidays as well, like in a couple of days earlier. So, but everything seems to just 2020 is cancelled and 2021 will resume. So it just seems like everything will just happen next year. Just coming in on here, question: how do you guys market yourself and promote your work?
Haphazardly. Yeah, I have a mailing list, but I frequently forget to tell people, or I don't want to tell them too early. So then I end up going, "It's tonight," and then just sort of.
By the way.
I don't want to harass people. I hate when I get emails that say like reminder, like private views you were never going to go to in the first place. So I always feel a bit like
I might be guilty of doing that.
Oh, you do?
I think I've done it once. Yeah.
That's fine.
By the way, if you weren't planning on coming, you probably should change your mind.
Well, I get emails from artists I don't know, and they like send several reminders to things that I don't live in London anymore, so I really just go to the things I can make it to, particularly if I know the artists or really want to see the work. So it does get on my nerves a bit when you get those like constant reminders. Yeah,
it's also, I really wish I could turn off the unsubscribe thing, because like members of my family have unsubscribed and I don't think they know that I know, and I'm like, cool guys.
I've had a few unsubscribe. but mostly people who signed up really early doors, like when I was right out of MA. And I'm like, work's changed a lot since then, that's fine. I had one person who I know personally, who I still know personally, who unsubscribed and but no longer interested. I didn't really know what to do with that information.
Oh. It's quite heartbreaking sometimes. You're like,
yeah, we still follow each other on Instagram.
Yeah, I really wish you could turn that off. I'd rather not know.
Yeah, I'd rather not know.
Yeah.
I'd rather they don't have options as to why as well.
Yeah, I didn't know that you could do that.
Yeah, I wish it didn't. But marketing in general, I think, is quite difficult. Yeah. I mean, I think we both set up Instagram accounts just for fun, and they turned into.
Do you know what it was? We did it when we had to set up a visual diary.
Yes, that's what I did. I didn't know if that you were the same, but that was my visual diary on MA.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
I think you did it, and then I was like, oh, that's a much better idea, because it was like trying to work out how to use the Wimbledon online portal thing and do a blog. Yeah. It was a blog. I think blog visual diary or whatever.
We just posted like random things that inspire you or things you're working on, and then wrote underneath on Instagram.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's when I first started using it properly. I think before then it was like a picture of a boat one year, and then a year later like a picture of a or something. I downloaded it ages ago, but I never really used it until MA.
Yeah. Yeah, Instagram's a good marketing tool. Also, doing charity shows is pretty good if for that sort of thing.
I always feel bad when I don't have work for those kinds of things, because often there's a theme and you have to make something, and if you're already working on something that's got a deadline, you can't, and my work takes quite a time, and you can't take 2 weeks out to make them a work based on the theme for the charity show. So you end up turning things down, which I find I really hate. I find it quite stressful. I don't want to say, oh no, I can't or I won't, because it's charity.
I know.
But yeah.
Also, it's quite exhausting. I get, I don't know about you, but I get asked to do a lot of charity shows, and you just think like, well, this is, I do kind of have to make a living here as well. But
I ultimately you end up sticking with the shows that are, they're consistently, they are making some money and they're managing to sell the work. It's obviously the right market for them, so they are making money for their charity. Because some of them, your price point might be too high or too low for what they're selling for their charity, and after a couple of tries you kind of have to go, this isn't working, because I'm making work for you and it's just coming back again. So you're not making any money for your charity and I'm spending weeks making it. So you have to pick the charities. Like there's a few I do more regularly now because it's mutually beneficial.
I think they've also changed. They must have, I think recently something's happened, because the last like 3 or so charity shows that I've done, it's split 3 ways now between the gallery, the artist and the charity. And then you can decide whether you want to contribute a percentage to the charity or not. Like the one that I'm doing for the unit is it's 50-50 between the charity and the artist, and they've written, but we recommend that you donate your 50% to the charity. So now I'm just going to feel guilty.
Yeah.
Even if
that's a hard one.
49%.
Yeah. It's hard to know what to do with that.
Do you use work you already have or make something new each time? Both. Mixture. Obviously, Olivia takes much longer to do your work, so. But yeah, it depends on the show. Like sometimes the one I did recently was a collaboration, so you obviously have to make new work for that. And also I give prints a lot of the time. Yeah. So then
it's always, I find it's good to keep number 1 or the last number of your print series when it's done.
Yeah. And
then you can donate it to charity for like auctioning or something like that, because you've made a profit on the series already. You may as well keep 1 print back for when these things come up.
Yeah.
So that works quite nicely. Yeah. Not that I have any right now. Print studios just opened up again.
I have a tendency to just give them away to my friends as well, and then I've got none left and I'm like, where they all go?
Yeah. I always think I have one because there's so many tubes with things in. studio, and then you open them and they're all just blank paper or really old drawings. So yeah, keeping prints is good. Keeping 1 or 2 by for emergency charity events.
Indeed.
They all happen around Christmas. That's the bad thing, is that like you get to about October, November, and suddenly like all these charity things are going on.
Yeah.
And then you end up having to say no.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've asked all my questions. I don't know if anyone else has any questions. If not, I need to finish my cup of tea. Finish my cake.
My dog's all right.
My one just keeps going.
Well, Alex is upstairs recording a podcast, and I'm here, and he's just, I can hear him just wandering into, like, out into his room, going, and then coming here and going, it's like, no one wants to play with me.
Is he not tired from his 2.5-hour walk?
Well, you would think so. He's got a lot of energy.
Oh, strange.
Where are your dogs?
One's here, and the other one's downstairs with Brian. Yeah. He just sits next to Brian when he's gaming. Gets the odd put in the head.
What's your favourite tea and cake?
What is your favourite cake? Carrot cake.
Yeah, I like carrot cake, cheesecake, and rooibos tea.
Oh, fancy tea. I like a builder's tea.
Yeah.
And any cake.
Any cake.
Yeah.
You don't
Pretty much. Unless it's, I don't like bananas.
Any chances you two will offer drawing classes again?
Ooh, maybe.
We should do.
We don't live in the same city anymore, so it's less convenient, but we can try.
We could do a drawing retreat.
Oh, that'd be so nice.
We should talk about
I just having a holiday. You'd be like, come on.
We should definitely do that, actually.
That would be really nice. Oh, celebrate getting out of lockdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the thing is with the last few weeks is I've even thought, oh, I can just go out and draw in nature. And I'm like, no, you actually have to be, you can't stop on your walks. I think as of today, you maybe can, but the last 2 months, the rules have been, you know, you can go for a walk to exercise, but you can't stop. So I got like seriously frowned at for sitting on a bench for about a minute when I got tired the other day. So it will stop and draw.
Yeah, that's annoying. No on plein air allowed.
No, unless it's in your own garden.
Yeah. What illustration pen do you recommend? That's for you.
Well, I always say it has to be the right pen and the right paper. You can have the right pen, but if you use the wrong paper, it's not going to react the way you want. So I always use a Unipin pen, just because I like how it behaves on this Arches paper. I've got all the details in my FAQs on my profile about pen and paper, but yeah, you have to have
that's so
the combination.
Yes. I'm going to have an FAQ page.
It's good. You just do one of those ask me anything, and then any questions that come up like more than once, you answer. Otherwise, you're just like, well, this is just one person's whim, so maybe it's not such an interesting answer.
That's a good idea.
How do you approach composition? Well, these are good because I'm already using a painting that exists. So the composition is based on a painting that already exists in real life. So I use that structure and then I put into the image what I want to put into it. But usually composition is completely made up day by day. How about you?
Mine have a lot of negative space around them. It's usually a very detailed, highly contrasted image in the center. Not always in the center, but most of the time in the center, surrounded by negative space.
Yeah.
I always seem to veer towards that.
Well, it makes you first focus on what it is you're drawing, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's all the focus.
Otherwise your eyes get really like, oh my god, there's too much.
Yeah. Yes, they do.
How are you doing with quarantine? I think we covered that a bit earlier. But
yes,
not too far from the normal, except for obviously hanging out with your loved ones, like Olivia.
Yeah. And Nettie. It's been ages. I was trying to think yesterday when I actually last saw you in person. I
know.
Probably we went to an exhibition, but
I can't even remember. We crossed paths nearly at Jealous Gallery.
oh yeah, you went in to sign a print, and then I went in to sign a print, and I just missed you.
Yeah.
Which means you haven't met Brian yet as well. So it was just like, because we were there together.
Ships in
So
the
close.
night.
Yeah. Oh, you have met Brian. We came to your house.
Yes.
I've wandered off.
Yeah. Do you know what? That was probably the last time I saw you. Last July.
Probably. That's how close we are.
Is artwork your main source of income? Yes.
Yes.
It's so interesting how Kemp crams so many things, like rocks especially, into your drawings. It is.
Like to fill up. Like to keep busy. I think that might be the end of all the questions.
I think it is. Aw, thank you for having me.
It was lovely. I'm so glad you came to chat.
I'm really glad that I'm not a Instagram Live virgin anymore. I'm really
now
happy
you know
that
how
I lost my virginity to you.
Beautiful.
All right then. Well, I hope to see you in person soon.
That would be really nice. That would be really, really nice. Have a drink, go see some art, have another drink,
and run our drawing retreat.
Run our drawing retreat.
Okay.
Somewhere really warm, please. Take care. Bye.
I don't know how to end this, so you're going to have to do it.
I'll do.